Let me read you a quote that I wrote down for myself 3 years ago. And it reads: The heaviest things in life are unmade decisions. If you're stressed, you just haven't made the decision that you have to make. Now, I don't know where I got this quote from, but it's pretty philosophical, and I think it's a pretty apt quote as to why most people feel so stressed and overwhelmed. And if you're watching this video, you're probably part of that group. We all feel a lot of stress when there's a bunch of stuff that we need to do but we haven't done, and things just keep piling on top of another. And more importantly, there are certain decisions in our life that we know we're supposed to take, but we don't take them out of the fear of the negative consequence associated with it, or just simply the fear of having to take a decision and perhaps feeling incapable of doing so. This is something that I struggled with when I was younger as well. I would struggle anytime somebody would ask me, "Hey, what it is that you want to do today? What do you want to have for food today? What do you want to do together when we're hanging out?" Things like that just made me feel a sense of stress, and that's not because I was anxious about the decision itself. It's that I simply struggled with picking between choice number one or choice number two. I had all the information with me, but I just struggled to take certain decisions, and it just put a lot of pressure onto me when I was younger to take decisions. And growing up, I was pretty smart, but I still offloaded most of the decision making either to my friends or to my parents or to other people who I considered were more capable of taking better decisions than I was. Nowadays, I'm 20 years old and I've been a man now for 2 years, right? Like since I turned 18. And I've understood the importance of being able to take decisions because when you're capable of taking decisions, people respect you more, and putting people respecting you more aside, you respect yourself more because you realize that you're also capable and that you're also responsible. And I feel like decision making is one of those skills that everybody just needs to have in their lives. But most people don't really have a framework when they make decisions, which is why they struggle. So I face the same thing, and I know you probably face the same thing if you're watching this video. So I'm going to help you out with that. Um, so previously, when I was tasked with making certain decisions, I would simply look through all the information that I have. I would ask other people what they thought, and based on perhaps majority of opinion or something like that, I would just make a decision on the fly. And I would spend extra long thinking about the decision itself. And here's what I've realized: I think that most people suck at decision making not because of underthinking, but because of overthinking. I think most people struggle with decision making because they have too much to think about and they feel like they're not thinking enough, which propels them to then think even more, which just delays the entire process. So what becomes like a 5 minute decision turns into a decision that goes on through discussions for months and years on end. I see this happen to people all the time, and I feel like this is purely because most people don't have a framework that they can just stick to. And the reason I keep like saying framework, keep etching that word framework, is because our body follows patterns. We follow patterns. We wake up, we all have routines and stuff we do every morning. We all try and sleep, we all shower, we all eat, we all do all of these things because our body likes frameworks, our body likes routines. So when we give it one, it just makes the whole process more efficient, which is why I've designed a decision making framework that I use personally to make decisions nowadays and to make better decisions moving forward, which is what I'm going to teach you in this video. So, step number one when you're trying to make a decision is you gather all the information, all the objective facts, put all of it in front of you. And if it's not a decision that requires like factual information, if it's something as simple as picking what spot you want to eat in, just have the choices out in front of you. All right. Then, step number 2, think about what you like. Think about what is actually pulling you towards it. What are you gravitated towards? What are you attracted to? Pick that choice, right? Pick whatever your gut tells you to. Pick what you think works best for you and don't overthink it. Step number 3, this is what I call consequence framing. Consequence framing is a method that I use in order to make myself feel a lot better for taking a decision so quickly. Usually, when I take quick decisions, I feel like I'm taking them in a rash manner. I feel like I'm just not giving it its due diligence. But consequence framing has helped me with that. And what consequence framing is when you take a decision, ask yourself, will this matter to me in 30 days' time? If the answer is no, there you go. The decision really isn't that significant. Then ask yourself if this matters to you in a year's time. If the answer is still no, you're sorted. It's not that significant. Now ask yourself if this decision matters 5 years down the line. If the answer is no, which it most likely is, then you're good. All of this is kind of showing to you that the decision that you are burdening yourself with for so long isn't actually that significant to you. Now, what do you do if it is significant? If it's something significant to you, then I'd say instead of spending the usual 5 minutes, I'd say spend maybe about 30 minutes max, because 30 minutes is kind of all you need to gather all the information, and then you make a choice. You make a choice, and how you deal with it is what we talk about in step number 4. In step number 4 is, I haven't really come up with a name for it, but essentially what I'm trying to say is, in step number 4, if you took a decision and it worked out well, great. That's the best outcome possible. If you took a decision and it didn't work out for you, and you realize this in retrospect, here's what you tell yourself: you had a certain amount of information. You took a decision with the best of your capabilities, given that particular information. And the consequence is something that you just simply have to deal with afterwards. You took the decision with the information that was available to you at that point in time, and you didn't know any better. And now, if that decision didn't work out for you and you have to face negative consequences for that, that's become an immense learning moment for you. Because now, next time you need to take a similar decision, you will know the consequence beforehand and perhaps take a better one. You see how even taking bad decisions is actually leading you to take better decisions moving forward, so long as though you take a decision. That is the point that I'm trying to make with this video. Because most people in life, including yourself, probably are in pitchfork situations. And pitchfork situations are where, let's say, this signifies 2 roads. This is choice number 1, and this is choice number 2. Most people are simply just stuck here. Most people are stuck right here. And instead of just taking one decision, going down that path and seeing where that leads you, they simply just stick there. They stay in that particular spot for hours, for months, for years. People stay in that spot. This could be something as simple as doing a job that you don't really like, and you want to quit, and you know you want to quit. You know that that's a decision to take, but you're too afraid to take that decision. So you just stick to that job. You stay in that particular place. You stay in the middle of that pitchfork instead of just taking a decision, moving forward, and experiencing the consequence that it offers. So that's the bottom line for this video. Take decisions. Do not stay stagnant, because staying stagnant is literally the worst outcome possible. If you stay stagnant, you don't grow, you don't learn, and you don't improve. And more importantly, you don't experience. And when you do none of that and you stay stagnant, that's actually when you feel like you are flatlining in life. So take the decision. Take decisions and use the framework that I've told you right now in order to take better decisions and quicker decisions, so that you spend more of your time living your life instead of sitting there contemplating what decision to take. All right, so just to recap, we've got 4 main things. We've got most decisions end up going wrong because of overthinking, not really underthinking. when you're taking a decision, frame it within a particular point of time. So give yourself like a 5-10 minute window where you take the decision within that time frame. You can use Parkinson's law to your advantage, obviously. Then you can use consequence framing where you ask yourself, will this matter to me 30 days from now? Will this matter to me a year from now? Will this matter to me 5 years from now? More than likely, the decision that you're weighing up so much that you're burdening yourself with won't. And if it doesn't, then it's just insignificant, right? If it's insignificant, experience the positive or the negative. What does it matter? And step number 4, understand that if a decision goes wrong, that doesn't damage you as a person. That doesn't mean that you fucked up. That doesn't mean that you never take decisions moving forward. It simply means that you took a decision with the information given to you at a particular point in time, and you simply have to live with the result moving forward. And now, because you understood the negative consequence of a bad decision, you take better decisions moving forward in similar situations. So it's a win-win overall. Use this and start taking decisions in your life. Do not become the person that stays just in the middle of the pitchfork right there, not taking a decision and just staying stagnant. Do not be this person. Take the decision and take it quick. All right? That's it for me. See ya.